this segment, we're going to talk about how to display and sell the magic that is Firefly. When it comes to the Firefly petunia, selling the glow is just as important as growing it. This segment will cover best practices for merchandising in store, hosting glow-based events, and creating high-impact displays at industry trade shows. Your goal? Turn this plant into an experience, and then an experience into a sale. Now let's begin with in-store merchandising. The Firefly petunia is a premium novelty crop that earns attention through presentation. The glow doesn't show under standard retail lighting, which means the environment must support its visual story. Consider creating a dedicated Firefly display zone. Now, this could be a shaded canopy, a black-out enclosure, a tented area, but you're basically creating a dark room so that you can show this baby off. The darker the space, the more impactful the glow. Now, you're gonna surround the display with supporting materials. With the supporting materials, these might include plant tags out that show the glow trait. You may have the POP signage surrounded around the area. You could even have a digital screen looping any of the social media that we have tied to the Firefly or videos that you can get through Rooted in Solutions. The merchandising should really lean into this theme. The glow-in-the-dark signage, dark fabrics, maybe moon phase imagery, or fairy lights that can help kind of set the tone. But don't forget that if you have plants inside your dark enclosure, you're going to want to rotate those regularly so that the petunias themselves are getting that daytime light that they need to grow. Next, let's talk about retail events. Evening events create a direct, immersive experience, and they work. This is outside of our normal IGC footprint, and I know that, but we've tested it, and again, I will say, it works. Hosting a glow-focused event, even once a season, can dramatically increase your foot traffic and sell-through with this product. You don't need a massive budget to succeed. Start with a theme, so whether it's a glow night, a gardening after dark, or a twilight bloom, or a shroom room because of the fungus and its glow. Promote it in advance. You're gonna do emails, social media, local event calendars, work with your Chamber of Commerce, and emphasize that this is a one-of-a-kind product and therefore it needs a one-of-a-kind event. Schedule the event around sundown. You're gonna wanna keep the lighting low and the displays concentrated. Offer refreshments or hire food trucks. A few live music sets might be a good idea with a local band, or glowing merch giveaways. Any way to kind of interact with your customer and get them to stay longer. You're gonna create a photo area where guests can take pictures with their Firefly and encourage them to tag your store. This will go a long way in your social media footprint as well. We do recommend kind of an active entertainment and a passive entertainment. That way people will stay at your event through the entire thing. A dark room is key. You can even create ticketed versions for VIP audiences if you want to charge to get in, offering early access to the product drops, bundled packages, or first pick on inventory. We have seen a lot of success from people being able to choose their Firefly in the dark, so they know exactly what they're bringing home and exactly what to expect. These events aren't just about sales. They will help build your brand memory and give you a community footprint and create some social buzz. They also go back to creating more customers for the IGCs that will be carrying the Firefly petunia. One thing that I must stress with any of in-store retail events, as well as the section we're about to go into about trade shows and grower displays, test, test, test. Plan for a few days before your event to come in during the time of your event so that you know what kind of light disruption issues you need to combat in that moment so that you have the time. And then also think liability when you're having events in dark areas so that you have factored so that nobody trips. You don't have any insurance issues. These are very important steps to protect your business and the bottom line. All right, so now let's shift into trade show displays and grower displays. So when you're showcasing the Firefly petunia in professional settings, like an industry expo such as Cultivate, broker open houses, or wholesale events of any kind, your booth must be as intentional as the product itself. The glow will not register under standard convention center lighting, to say the least. So we're going to use structure and contrast to be able to build the experience we're trying to create. First, you're going to build a dark alcove or an enclosed corner within your booth, or you're going to rent a room and you're going to black it out. Use light blocking materials and directional LED lighting to create a dark room fill. You're also going to allow visitors to step inside and experience the glow without external stare. Don't be afraid to create an entrance and kind of tarp or tent it off with different drape so that you really can get to darkness. But again, let me stress, you must test, test, test. Now you need to include supporting signage and printed pre-sale sheets with QR codes linking to your certification video, care guides, and POP kit ordering. Make it easy for the customers so that they can get everything they need at your booth. When possible, integrate before and after visuals. Show the plant in daylight and then in darkness. Live demonstrations work very well because nothing beats seeing the glow yourself in person. Group the petunias together so that you really can show the magic of the firefly in mass. For brokers and reps, your toolkit should include a little bit of creativity. Let's start there. We recommend a portable low light box for on-the-road demos, or you can go into their employee bathroom and turn off the lights with your customer, and I'll welcome you to walk through that and not have an HR complaint. It's up to you. Just some basic cards or PDFs that show when and how to view the plant in a home environment. This is just kind of a dummy proof. This is how you view the firefly. This we have found is kind of an important piece because there is so much light disruption in the world and we're so used to it. As humans, we kind of have to write it down and teach people how to view this. Now let's close with a couple of key merchandising reminders. So the firefly petunia performs best when you present it in a glow optimized environment. Second, train your staff to speak confidently about the science and care. Third, you're going to offer retail-ready tools like signage, display tents, and photography instructions for the home end consumer. And fourth, use storytelling and visuals to connect with the customers emotionally, not just scientifically. At the end of the day, we are emotion-based creatures, and this plant brings a whole nother experience to the viewer. Lean into that. Whether you're in the store or on a show floor or setting up for a nighttime event, the glow is what draws the people in. Your merchandising, events, and displays are what convert that moment into revenue. The firefly petunia doesn't just belong on a shelf, it belongs in the spotlight, or better yet, in the dark.